York here. I'm gonna play some Outer Worlds tonight. This is a Tim Kaine and Leonard Boyarsky game. They are the two creators of the original Fallout. So as always, sit back, relax, enjoy, and let's play the Outer Worlds.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
Alright, let's make our character.
At least you don't have rickets yet.
Go with very high intelligence,
into
below
your
average
share of outposts.
perception, very high charm, and very high
Unflappable.
temperament.
You could have captained this very ship.
Alright, I'm gonna tag
You
tech.
wrote that paper on breeding
and
a
leadership.
centipede with 30% more tumors.
Okay,
If
I'm
this
gonna
were an
pick
Aetherwave
janitor,
drama, I'd say
counter
something about cleaning
Reptidon
up the
corrosion
colony.
damage.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend.
Please power down your engines and prepare to be...
Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck! Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry, I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you. Should be close by.
Yeah, landed right on him.
Is that him?
His legs are sticking out like the Wicked Witch of the West.
I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste. Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
Couldn't get a leg up? Well, in your case, 2 legs. Rest in peace.
Easy now. You've been frozen for a while. Bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Hey, you've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, wow, that stings.
Sit still, I'll patch you up.
Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange for my report. Spacer's choice doesn't like us accepting outside help.
What happened to you? Spacer's what?
Oh, we're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. Not that I deserve to be. Can't even deliver a company slogan. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take them. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters.
What's this about marauders?
Gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics with guns. Some hull had grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh?
I got a better idea. Give me your gun and I'll go get help.
Okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too. for patching me up and all. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes, nailed it that time.
Do you know anything about the
The
Hope?
Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy.
Okay, I'm off.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell? This... Right, you!
Should be a couple more. Ow, my leg.
Get yourself killed? Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about.
It's just a landing violation. Let it go. I found one of your teammates holed up in a cave.
How is he?
He'll make it. I helped him with the
Should've done
pain.
that. Spacer's Choice family ain't authorized to receive medical aid from off-brand physicians. We'll see him back to Edgewater, just as soon as I cross these marauders off with the swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs some.
Do Spacer's Choice guards back down from a challenge?
Sometimes. Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as I'm the acting manager in this situation, you know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. Then it's gonna be fucking laminated.
I like that line. Effing laminated.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no... Marauder, please be informed that ignoring me is dangerous for your health. Unauthorized act... Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction.
What are you gonna do? Self-destruct?
Procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to eject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You realize we're on the ground,
You are
right?
still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment.
I need to get this ship in the air.
I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne.
Hawthorne's dead. Your captain's a red smear under my
I
escape pod.
understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand?
I get it. You need me to be Captain Hawthorne or you
Well
can't
done,
fly.
Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced.
Okay, I doubt I'll find a part like that just sitting in a
Astutely
garage.
observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand?
Yeah, Ada, I got it. Thanks.
Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Okay. Just gonna put it all in leadership.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, mister, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay.
You got it all wrong. I'm a Starship Safety Inspector.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
All right. Oh, it didn't save my skills. Should have. Okay, there we go. I must have pushed the wrong button. Say before I kill these marauders. There we go, got a hunting rifle.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from? Running around in a marauder's attire. You're liable to give some people the wrong idea.
Oh, why do you say that?
In poor taste. Dressing up like a marauder's disrespectful to all the workers that got eaten by them. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls and low prices.
Nice to meet you. I'm Alex Hawthorne, captain of the
Nice to
Unreliable.
make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
Okay, I'm looking to make a little money while I'm here.
Got a knack for being discreet-like? There's money to be made, long as you keep your nose clean. Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
Alright, you want me to collect what's owed to you? I can do
Four
that.
workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
Alright, I'll be back. Stealing all that because it's going to be weapon parts. A quest from the guy down here. In fact, let me move my ship. should be able to. Oh, that's right. No, I can't because I need that thing in there.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon?
Oh, yes, it does
Let me
have
see your
way
resume,
more than
Snake.
Starfield.
I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
Silas sent me you
I
gravesite
told
fees.
Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
What are you babbling
The
about?
war, the coming apocalypse, man versus machine. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
Yeah, gotta watch out for those
That's right.
mechanicals.
That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant, clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
If your resistance needs another gun, I am
I've
for
been
hire.
gathering up a war chest over the years. Saltuna cans, mostly. Some Spacer's chaw. Few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid.
Proper armies pay enlistment
Enlistment
fees.
fees. Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the resistance a bad name.
What do you need
They
done?
have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
If I'm going after this mechanical scout, I could use a couple pointers. No, I'll leave you be. Okay, that's where the vicar is. General store.
If you're falling sick, I don't want you.
Let's see, that's 9.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
I can show you my hands.
No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Silas sent me to collect your dues.
Gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
You mean you're broke?
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
You have a very loose definition of the word prosperity.
Edgewater is built on the discipline and sacrifice of its people. Say what you will about our town, but we all pull together. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
Just give Silas an IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
What about Eugene's
You know
gold
about
teeth?
Eugene? How?
I found a note from Phyllis.
Ben, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
I'm sure he won't miss
That's
them.
unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's Choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
You're gonna have to.
Yes, I suppose I must. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Alright, goodbye. Let's see, where's Sheriff Building at?
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free. Know how
Looking
to
for
carry
work.
yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
Okay. Find tons of shunts.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing.
You read the latest report?
Only the part that said nothing we can do about that.
Sure there is.
Alright, just gotta find Abernathy.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
You want me to tell me why it's got you so
Some
nervous?
sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
I'm here to collect your gravesite fees.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows.
Told me everything. How long did you think you could keep a secret like
He's
that?
already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one.
You're being paranoid.
Am? Law, help me. Paranoia is one of the plague's known symptoms. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
How can I help?
There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. You
All right, I'll do
oblige
it.
me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
All right. I'll leave you be.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy. Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
He's got symptoms of something. You're saying it's
All
psychosomatic.
I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
All right, what do you
I
need
probably
it
shouldn't
for?
tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Let me worry
All right.
about that.
Here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
Everyone's paying me for my trouble. Can you match
I'm
his
paid
offer?
better than Abernathy. Whatever he's giving you, I will do you one better. That's
All
all I
right.
can ask of you.
Okay.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
How many bits do I have? 149. That's not a lot of money. Yeah, I got that stuff. Okay, nothing in here. Looking for plasma. I don't have enough yet. Even if I did find it.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
I'm guessing you're the foreman. Gravesite fees I'm here to collect.
Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
These papers aren't signed in your
Because they're
name.
Not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
Alright, you have to pay for your neighbor's gravesite fees. That's kind of you, I guess.
Sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
Alright. It's a lot of dead sprats.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
You must be the town
I'm Reed
boss.
Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I don't work for Spacer's Choice.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
My ship needs repairs. I'm looking for a power
The
regulator.
we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
All right, let's
There's
hear
a
it.
power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly abandoned, what do you
I
mean?
was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
All right, tell me what I need to
People
do.
living in the botanical labs. They're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
All right, Reed. I'll see what I can do
My
to help
dad
you.
told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Sure, I could use a company.
I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Okay.
Mister, can we talk? Sorry. Got a sec? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
It's about the deserters. What's the other side of it? Figures, Reed didn't exactly strike me as an honest
He
soul.
ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
Can't blame anybody for wanting to leave. This town's got issues.
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
I suppose it couldn't hurt. I'll
Thanks,
stop
mister.
by.
I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
See, where's the general store? See if I can buy a machine gun.
I'm not allowed in here.
Miss Holcomb ain't allowed in this establishment. Not since that little incident.
What
Ask her if
incident?
you care. I'm running a business here.
I won't touch anything while we're in here, Mr. Moreau. I promise.
Music to my ears.
See, spread, shock. That's 7.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back.
This is where the magic happens. Well, science.
You know what? I want her armor. And I'll just give her mine.
But it still happens.
I have to get some more bits. So upgrade that.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too...
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions. The quickest way out of town?
Pravati wanted to talk to you about what Reed asked us to do.
I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Cut the power to Adelaide's deserters.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
So what do you advise? What do you think of Adelaide's
They
group?
rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
Depends on how well the leader can provide beyond your
Astute.
walls.
But I am here, not in the deserter camp. So that's not a variable I can account for.
So what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Is that even possible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
And why is that?
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Why would a vicar be after a banned book?
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
All right, you make a compelling argument.
Glad we see eye to eye. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name Mbakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
I'll look for it.
If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
All right, I'm gonna get a bunch of stuff, then I'll go get his book. Then I'll turn in 2 quests. Well, actually, I can turn in 3 quests. One for him, book, and the humor guy.
Aw, he ain't over it. Bet I could fix him up smart.
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply.
I could probably fix that. I mean, if you wanted me to.
Go ahead.
Yep, I see the problem. His nav mod got dislodged. He's taking a tumble. Just gotta give it a good push and wait for the click. There we go. Jeremy's good as new. Well, new by Spacer's Choice standards anyhow. His name's Jeremy, by the by.
Navigation systems operational. Optimal path toward repair bay detected. Initiating self-diagnostics.
Good luck, I guess.
I don't reckon Jeremy understands the concept of trade.
Spacer's Choice reminds all colonists that...
Okay.
Be more careful out there, Jeremy.
Hopefully there's some good stuff in here. Oh, well, I just wasted money on that machine gun. Oh well, I'll hold on to it. I'm gonna hurry up and get the rabid sprats to attack me.
Here they come! Don't mess with us.
Let's see here. I can sell the revolver. Ow. Oh, I missed the jump and then I broke my leg. Dang it. I'm up to 400 bits. Let me save and see about getting that book real quick.
I used to skip rocks in the river till Constable Reyes ticketed me for unlicensed terraforming. I think she's jealous. She don't know how to skip rocks or anything. You're fast.
See, is there any bounties nearby? Okay, I'll hurry up and get Bernie Coltrane then. I hate fighting primals, and rays are stupid. Yeah, she does. Alright, there, she got rid of them.
Incoming! Got 'em all!
Sure grip. It's not bad. Sell it for bits. Might be able to get one more target. He's just leveled up. Okay, let's see. 15% companion crit chance.
Oh, I've always wanted to poke around in here.
Okay, it's up there.
Incoming! Here I go! No hard feelings, okay?
Yeah, she gets her ability back pretty quick because of my build.
Here goes nothing! It's not possible!
Yeah, I'm probably gonna die. Yeah, they're really angry. Yep, I died. I thought she could handle that.
Got 'em all!
Alright, then I'm just gonna have to fast travel and turn in some of these quests.
When I was...
Bring us honor, soldier.
You won't have to worry about that scout
You
anymore.
beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cables out its head case? Actually, don't tell me. Rather use my imagination. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer, a weapon to strike fear in their cold mechanical hearts. Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden all these years.
I found this bundle stashed away there.
What? All by yourself? I could have sworn I hid that bundle safe from prying eyes. But give it here. Feast your eyes, soldier. This here's a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit. Designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical discharge. I call it the Hand of the Law. You ever want to see a mechanical
sure.
flailing around like a grounded fish? You stick a couple thousand volts in its guts. with compliments from old Ludwig.
Alright, sounds like fun.
Fun? This ain't some quarterly performance review, soldier. Ours is a grave and sacred duty. Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. I'm talking about the old geothermal plant. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction. You'll need to get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson.
Don't worry about that. I've already got a passcode from
I've been
Reed.
after a passcode for years. Boss said no on account of my gross incompetence with all matters related to security. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module.
Seems simple enough.
If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of zero-G to your memory.
Alright. Hurry up and give that guy his, thing.
Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss.
What are you talking about, Silas?
Ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house.
Sorry, Parvati.
Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you?
Hey, about those fees you wanted. I'm all done. Paperwork, fees, and
Reliable work
signatures.
from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
I went out of my way
Buy
for
you a
you.
drink sometime.
I was hoping for something more tangible.
Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
Abernathy was trying to hide his own illness.
With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy.
He was convinced you knew.
What? No. If I knew he was sick, I would have had him reported. I needed his fees because of his name. A for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see?
Alright.
Friend of mine died.
I've never.
Something to report? We pay by
Turn
the
in a
finger.
bounty.
What do you have for me? Here we are. Bertie Cotton. Cause of death. Let's just say overwhelming physical trauma. Bert was the local preacher before Max took over. Always was quick to remind us that we all get what we deserve in the end. I'll just need your signature here, 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 and here. Got any more fingers for me?
Nope, not right now. Okay, there's $500 right there. Okay, I gotta find Vicar Max.
Any progress on that matter we discussed?
Yeah, I got your book right here.
This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is
Pardon
what
my
it is.
French, but you're using a lot of F words.
I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn.
You didn't want that book to keep others from reading it. You just wanted it for yourself.
Well, yes. But I assure you, it was not for personal gain, only for the greater good. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted.
At least you still have your mission work here to give your life a meaningful purpose.
Please. As if my life should have no greater meaning than proselytizing to a bunch of feeble-minded wretches. Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality with people who have no interest beyond their next Aetherwave program. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew.
Could be a beneficial arrangement. You need to ride out of town. I wouldn't mind a ship hand.
Certainly. I already gave you most of my money, but I can offer you free spiritual counseling, and I'd be happy to watch your back. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand, if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Fantastic. Let me get my things in order, and I'll catch up with you.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery, and to leave this place behind. I shall see you on the ship, Captain, whenever you're ready to leave Emerald Vale.
Alright, level 5. Okay, companions down. Party gains plus 50% armor rating, damage for plus 50% for 10 seconds. Okay. There, she gets 30% base health. So, let's see, what's her health pool now at? Plus 799 companion health. Okay, her health is 1,520. Let's see if I can get plasma.
It's not the best choice. It's music to my ear.
That's what I'm trying to get is plasma. You checked that one vending machine that was in the salt tuna plant. Just gotta remember where I saw it at. Shock. Damn it. There's only one other vending machine I can check. If that doesn't have it, I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade her machine gun. Alright, it changed crit damage. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and upgrade it. Because I was about to say, I don't think there's any other vending machines. If there was, didn't see any.
Nothing I can do about that.
You're not a big
So
drinker.
I'll say, I don't think the cantina has one. Where's that workbench at? Okay, there it is. It's over there.
Almost lost a finger in the cannery today.
I'm gonna say the rest of my bits. I should be able to go get the rest of those bounties, no problem. See, can I fast travel out over there? I don't need that. Oh, there's a vending machine. Where? There we go. There's the plasma I needed. Alright, I'm in business. Alright, as soon as I find a workbench, I'm gonna put that on there. Now let me save. Now that I got what I needed.
Don't mess with us. Together. I'll fix you right up. There's one.
Alright, let's go modify that. Let's see. This needs fixed. Yeah, I don't understand why she got her butt kicked. I mean, I upgraded that machine gun. She should have been able to destroy him. That's okay.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing.
Vale's a little safe. We pay by the finger. What do you have for me? Mabel Burgess. Age 37. Right or left-handed? Let's just say no longer applicable. I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Guess she couldn't keep her hands off her patient's medicine. Still one outstanding bounty. If you've got a finger, I've got the paperwork.
Alright.
Almost lost a finger in the cannery today.
Let's see, where's that workbench? Actually, let me sell some energy ammo I got.
Music to my...
Usually you can sell ammo. Yeah. Plasma's literally the best ammo type in the game. Now that she has it, you're gonna see just how much damage she really does. Let's see. No, I don't need that.
Here we go.
So hey, now she's just melting everybody. That's why I wanted the plasma. If I would have gotten it sooner, I would have been really good.
Great. Here we go. Here goes nothing.
Yeah, cause see, she's gonna instantly knock him down, and then she's just gonna go over there with that big old plasma machine gun. Hey, Provi's really gonna be doing all the work. Got another light machine gun. I'm just gonna be giving those to my companions. Getting set up is the hard part, but once you get it set up, man, it's GG.
Go! Wow, great. Get ready.
Yeah, now you guys can't really maraud anymore, now can ya? Oh, is that a box of ammo I missed? Yes, it was. Yeah, because now I'm starting to build up my Adrena times. She didn't even let him get up. That was funny. Yeah, I don't need that. There's the anti-cyllin. All right. Oh, there should be an engineering book in here. I'll have to look for it. Let's see, plasma. No. That hurt. I can literally just stand there and watch her do all the work.
That's the last of them.
Because I'll actually get more experience points if she kills them instead of me. There's a ship decoration. Maybe it's upstairs. Yeah, here it is. Engineering Volume 1. The last one is in the robot plant. Oh, I'm sorry, geothermal plant. Yeah, personally, I would rather play this game than Starfield. This game's way more fun to me, for me anyway. I like it because I can just pick up and play. I don't have to do any of that monotonous grinding and stuff.
Watch out! That's the last of them.
Well, she just shot some mines and they all died. What's wrong? You guys getting melted? Ravati is a walking deathmobile. Oh, she already killed the boss. Oh, wait, no, boss still alive. But not for much longer. Okay, now the boss is dead. Alright, now she's got better armor. Apparently I'm over encumbered. Oh, good. Nightingale step. I can use that. That lady that's standing there, that's for a quest. Ow. Alright, let me go find Adelaide's camp. There we go, just leveled up. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go with toughness. Where's Adelaide's camp? Just gotta find it. It says it's over here.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
I'm looking for Adelaide. I need some
Answers,
answers.
You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
That's something about former workers living out in the
that's
wilderness.
us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you. Over
Can
in
I
the
find
hothouse,
Adelaide?
tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
Alright, you have any trouble
You
with
know that what
marauders?
enough with the questions means? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
I'll keep an eye out.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Okay. Unless Marauders got her, then parts of her. Alright, don't worry, I'll find her.
Appreciate it. Honest.
Alright.
I'll tell you what I can. What is it?
Okay. Look for a workbench.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before we left the cannery.
Alright, he's got a side quest for me. I found a workbench. There should also be a vending machine. Okay, I guess not.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
Oh, I'm just trying to get my ship off the ground. I'm passing
Sorry,
through.
I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
Never too late to start learning. I could give you a couple
I'll take all
pointers.
the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
I got 2 of them. Today's your lucky day, Thomas. I've got one of those right now.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
Part 1.
Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
Hold on, I
Don't
got
keep
more
me in
for you.
suspense.
Okay, here's
Ain't
part
that just
2.
ironical. If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment.
I'll let you know if I find any
Sure,
others.
I'd be glad to take them off your hands. What's on your mind?
Okay. Alright. Look for Adelaide, Zoe's room.
You hungry? Something I can...
So what are you willing to trade? Shock. Okay.
Something I...
So one of your numbers
Mean
gone
Zoe?
missing?
Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
Alright. What happened the day she
Zoe and I were
disappeared?
gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
Alright, see you around. Alright. Talk to Allie, then we'll go get Zoe. Oh. Where is she?
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
You must be Adelaide.
I've been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Alright, you're living off power that belongs to the town. Come back to Cannery. That's about it.
Everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Reed asked me to divert power over to him. He mentioned geothermal
Would
plant.
do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp has a power regulator. I need to repair my ship.
Regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Alright, I'll consider it.
You will listen to your conscience.
Okay. Sure, this is a... Okay, good. I unlocked the fast travel. That'll save me time.
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways.
Here's Zoe. Your people are looking for you.
What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
I've been sent to
Why?
find you.
Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
I can't imagine you're happy out here. Food's awful, company worse, and no serial dramas.
Serial dramas. I've been thinking about going back. I just gotta know if Lord Cavendish really is the masked marketeer. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Okay, take care.
What is it?
Talk to Zoe into
We didn't
coming
always
back.
get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened anyway?
She joined up with a band of marauders. They hadn't hurt her.
Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
All right. Turn in that last bounty. I'll be able to take on the geothermal plant.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back.
Something to report? We pay by
Okay,
the finger.
bounty.
What do you have for me?
Here you go.
Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. Duly processed by a freelancer on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I remember him. He was just a kid last I saw him. Shame. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint ink. Here's all the compensation you've earned, plus a bonus.
What's this, junior deputy
You've done such a
constable?
bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you. Congratulations.
Okay.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing.
I've got some time.
Got that medicine you were after.
I'll see to it that this medicine gets to the people who need it. Here, something for your trouble. Nothing personal, but I hope we never do business together again. Don't want to make a habit of consorting with smuggler types.
Never, that's harsh. At least it'll leave me something to remember you by.
You do have some cheek on you. Lucky for you, I kept a little contingency fee in case you tried to negotiate with me.
I'm curious who are you going to give that
Somebody
medicine to.
deserving. Silas, on account of him being out in the cold. Amelia, seeing how she's around people all the time. Anybody in the sick room?
Alright. Alright, gave her the medicine.
Been eating nothing but
Check my journal.
salt tuna.
Okay. Okay, geothermal plant.
Unexpected.
This'll be quick. We made it!
You know what? I forgot to sell all these guns I had. Alright, as soon as I find a vending machine, I'm going to sell everything. See, that's +5 tech. Yeah, I don't really need that. See any plasma? That was not bad. Should be one more mechanical around here. About halfway to level 7.
Touch to the right.
Here
they come!
Oh!
Okay. Can't go that way. Really nothing in here. That's where the... Yeah, I gotta turn on power generators.
Switches. That'll be easy enough.
Okay, I need a security card. Oh, there we go. There's a really good helmet for Parvati. Make her more of a tank.
System.
Everyone all right? Got it. Heads down.
Unexpected. Security, but...
Two more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale?
Not real. You're not
Journal
real.
should be down here.
Not real. You're not real.
Alright, there's volume 3.
You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Scram.
Calm down, I'm not trying to hurt you.
Talk? The Phantom's never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
You're not imagining me.
Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
What is it that you do
Higgins
here?
has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
You were an
specialized in
engineer?
mechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
If you worked on these mechanicals, you must know a way to stop them.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
I can deal with mechanicals. I made it this far, didn't I?
You remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Mechanicals follow the behavior of their logic module. Someone tampered
Yes,
with it.
That's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
Any idea where I can find a logic module?
Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module.
Alright, I want to ask
The
you
tail.
something.
Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy.
How have you been surviving all this time?
That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
This place looks like it's been abandoned for a while. What
Mechanicals
happened?
lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium. I was
And you
on
weren't
cleaning
killed?
duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
Alright, I should go. Alright. So I gotta find the key card.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded. Ready for this. Next one.
It's 40 cartridges.
Let it go. If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the village?
Oh,
Oh! I see it now!
Okay.
That's the last. I'm not sure what the ride is. Alls I know is the decision's final. There's one.
Where's that dang key card at? I just gotta figure out where it's at.
self-diagnostics complete. Navigation systems operational.
There's Jeremy.
Combat systems operational. It's not the best choice. It's the spacer's choice.
Alright. Alright, the key card's in here. It's on this guy. There you configure the robots. Trying to figure out where that's at. Save before I turn the power back on.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I don't mind hearing your opinion.
Edgewater's power, I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
I see your point. I think I'm ready to make a decision.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
I'm glad you did. I like
Really?
hearing from you.
I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Okay. Continue.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. No kidding.
Okay, I got you that
Really?
bullet.
Well, which one?
Elusive Part 3. Someone stashed it away inside the old geothermal plant.
Geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati. I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Alright. Alright, got my first skill to 100 at level 7. Gives my companions 1,000 health, and when a companion kills an enemy, they gain 50% health.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
Let's see, Reed needs his people back.
You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
What happened to you, Adelaide? All this anger had to come from somewhere.
When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left.
Well, I don't blame her for being angry.
You need to hear.
I'm willing to deal with Reed for you.
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together.
I'll need some help convincing
Tell
him.
Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
You think that'll convince Reed to step down?
I have got a means to cure the plague, and I will not share that cure until Reed leaves town. Those are my terms.
All right. Let me go turn in Die Robot Die. And then I'll get rid of Reed.
Never seen the Vale lit up like this before.
Mentioned a logic module. I found one in the
Bang up,
geothermal
Foot
plant.
Soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the Resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
All right, take care.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
Spoke to Adelaide. She won't come back as long as you're
Then
here.
we're at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. But I have done my best for this town.
Town's terrified of the plague. Abernathy asked me still messing for him. Your town's a mess, Reed. You let Adelaide's son die.
Her son got sick with plague a couple years back. Company never gave us enough medication to treat the whole town. So I had to choose, you see. Adelaide's child or someone else's. She's never forgiven me. I don't expect she ever will.
She never will, dude. You said you've done your best, but all I see is the town falling to pieces.
I have been holding this town together with both hands. You can't just expect me to leave. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
See, Adelaide's people aren't getting sick with the plague.
I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic.
This town doesn't eat anything but salt tuna. Of course you're going to get sick. Have your people ever eaten an actual vegetable?
The very notion is just grotesque. A raw vegetable? Why don't you just ask me to go chew the bark off of a tree? We are a Spacer's Choice salt tuna cannery. We eat salt tuna here, and only salt tuna.
I'm pretty sure it's your food that's making you sick. You need Adelaide's garden.
Understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse.
Adelaide's found a way to grow food. She'll come back if you step down.
Being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
Look, Reed, all I know is it involves some really complicated math and it
Adelaide's
works.
found a way to feed her people and cure the plague. Then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
All right, take care. This elevator reminds me of the elevator Mass Effect.
Look at that. The snake's come back.
I talked Reed into leaving, come back to Edgewater.
Never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward.
Edgewater's better off with you running the place. I made a mess of things, guess I'm trying to set it right.
This don't put us on even footing, you understand. But it is a start. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
All right, take care.
Is this your ship? Oh Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
I can understand not wanting to go back. You didn't seem happy in Edgewater.
Say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
I'd be glad to have you along. But cabinet's yours.
I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Very well.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to... What can I do for you, Captain?
I have a power
Do you know
regulator.
how to install a power regulator?
Yeah, I know what I'm
Outstanding,
doing.
Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
All right. Sweet, now I can go wherever I want.
What can I do for you, Captain?
Install the power regulator.
Operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
All right, let's get out of here.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Good, I've been waiting to hear from him.
There you are, hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
I've been feeling a little lightheaded. Also, I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kilkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Fine, I'll go have a word with Gladys.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design. Cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Alright, I'll put it to good use,
Excellent.
thanks.
I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
I gotta go to Phineas's lab first.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself? Or
Let me equip Vicar Max. Okay, give him this. Give him that. 30% my base health. Alright, there we go.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it. Blast, that's loud.
Is there any items over here? Yeah, no, that's 35. I can't pick that.
I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself.
That didn't sound right.
Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since... in fact, I've never had a visitor.
Pocket watch. Should be a helmet and some decorations for the ship around here. I just gotta find them. Ah, here they are. Should be a shrink ray. Where's my helmet at? Oh, there it is. Yeah, the shrink ray is fun to use. A lot of the science weapons do different things. And the higher your science, the more chance of a status effect you can hit your enemies with. Higher science also decreases the upgrade cost on items and also increase damage with plasma and shock. Science is like one of the best skills in the game.
destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
You got a minute? Hey, Captain?
Yeah, what's up?
I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson?
Yeah, what about her?
Maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Sure, we can head over to engineering
Thanks,
right now.
Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
No. There's gonna be a lot of stuff to do here. I'm also going to get another companion, which is Felix.
Bodies.
not the point.
Hey, no offense, but I don't think this walking Saltunican's gonna appreciate you interrupting.
Keep talking, Millstone. See what happens. Now's not a good time. I'm dealing with a problem here.
So, go space yourself. Problem solved.
You must really want to trunk your booty.
I think that's a Spaceballs reference, if I remember correctly. Relax, let me talk to the kid.
I'm done here.
Whatever you heard, it's all true.
I'd like to hear your side. What happened?
Foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
And that's when you resolved your differences like an adult, right?
That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick. Yeah. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
Got any plans?
Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
That's me, Captain of the Unreliable.
Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time.
Never caught your name. I'm Professor Dork.
Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
See you around, Felix.
Boss.
Alright, I'm gonna get a secret thing of armor real quick. Alright, there we go. Ow.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
There's a key card.
The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons are Pennsylvania, the least of the horror.
Well, well, well.
I've had quite enough of you!
Don't mess with us.
And they totally decimated that robot. That was awesome. Okay. Alright, here's another science weapon, prismatic hammer. think I'm over encumbered. Yeah, I am. Okay.
The other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Gonna get myself some new gear real quick, and then I'm gonna do some upgrading.
Unsavory types about.
Let me save before I do this.
What do you think you're doing?
I was just leaving. There, just got a free gun. I need some trip teas.
Hey, that's company property. What do you think you're doing?
I was just leaving. Can you guys quit opening that door, please? You know somebody who can read that book?
There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Alright, that sounds like a good lead, but how do we find
That's
him?
a good question. Fortunately, we're in the perfect place to start. This is where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
Alright, how will a crew manifest help us track down your scholar
I'll
friend?
comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Sounds good, let's go. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I need to unequip that real quick. Is plus temperament 1. So now my temperament is at maximum, which gives me 30 health regeneration per second. And it boosts engineering, determination, medical, sneak, lie, and two-hand. So let's see. Skills are 40 persuade, 40 lie. It gives me plus 5 to my determination. Okay. Buffs medical and engineering to 50 and 53. It's not bad.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch. Purple Berry flavored power nuggets.
This is it. Security. I can check.
Okay. Put Silver Tongue.
The department. manufacturer's registry to find out which crew
Alright, I just need 2 plasmas.
the Scholar shipped in and out with.
See if I can find the vendor real quick.
Rizzo's Purpleberry Punch. You want a punch?
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
Okay, plasma. Nope. No plasma on that one either.
Do you have what it takes to defend?
How do you...
Okay, should be a key card in here. That's weird. Should have been a key card in one of these rooms. I'll have to look that up tomorrow then, so I'm not sure where it is. Okay, I know where that goes.
This is House.
Give me 1 sec, guys. Pick a lock.
Wondering what they do with their waste. I guess they just chuck it down here. How about I stay up top? You know, keep watch. Okay?
Be several mag picks up here. Because I'll recoup the cost of what I used to open the door in the first place. And pillars.
Great! One down. Here we go! That's the last of them!
should be a pipe. Oh, I see, it's on the other side. There's Silver Tongue kit.
Anyone there? I can hear footsteps.
Let me save before I talk to this guy.
You have no idea how good the air on Groundbreaker smells until you've been trapped in a tiny bathroom with an overflowing toilet. Thanks again, friend.
What happened?
What usually happens on this partially pressurized rust bucket? Something broke. Well, actually 2 things broke. First, the damn toilet overflowed. When I came to clean that up, the damn door decided to close and lock on me.
How long you been in there?
Time stood still. I was aware of nothing but the smell. Ugh, could have been days. Ah, shit. That means I haven't clocked out in days. Song is gonna have my ass for wage theft.
I did you a favor. What are you gonna do for
Shake
me?
me down after I was trapped in a shit-covered bathroom? Is that how it is?
Are you gonna pay up, or are you gonna stand there smelling like shit?
Here's every bit I've got. That enough for you, or do you want my shit-covered clothes as well?
Keep your pants on, smartass. Don't tempt me. I'm considering the possibilities.
I never should have come here. Suppose it's time to what my career goals.
That was great. Tactical shotgun. Should be able to take a poster off the wall.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
What do you think you're doing?
I was just leaving. What do you got for trade? Got plasma, critical, noise. Yeah, someone's got to have plasma.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a zero-G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you. Oh, and it's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Taste the freedom. A lot of slogans to keep track of. Sometimes I forget.
Alright, what do you got for trade? Okay. Shock. There we go. There's plasma. There's corrosion. I don't need that.
The news packet had the tossball scores from the cars.
Okay, let me get a quest for a bounty. Then I'll do that thing for Vicar Max real quick.
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before. What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today?
I could use some work. Any
Tennyson
pointers?
Don't generally hire outsiders for station jobs, but you could try asking at Sublight Salvage. They got an office on the far end of the promenade deck. Anything else I can help you with, mister?
Okay, see you around.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering.
Alright, what bounties do you
Got a
have
hot one
available?
for you. Captain Gunnar McRed. Just 26 hours old. The posting, that is, not the criminal. Allegations include several counts of flying under the influence, carrying open alcoholic containers, failure to pay docking fees, resisting arrest, and assaulting not one but 2 officers.
Flying under influence of illegal substances.
Swerving in the air was more like it. Then he crashed hard into the dock and tumbled out of his ship and fled on foot. Spilled Rizzo's Violet Spectrum vodka all over Officer Hartley. An affront of its own, considering none of us are approved for anything higher than green spectrum.
Alright, any leads on where I can find him?
Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork.
Take the
You
posting.
and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head. Or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you.
Alright. Alright, I'm gonna get access to another companion as well. Just gotta find the clinic.
Are you listening to me? You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make us.
I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene?
See, Umfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jesse in the first place.
What's this
Let
about
me
your
get one thing
friend?
straight. Jesse and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors.
Maybe I can look in on
Be my
Jesse.
guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
Something I can help you with?
See, can I buy supplies from
Not
you? You
without
seem well
dispensation
stocked.
From Chief Jun Lei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here.
What do you
We don't have
mean?
the ability to manufacture our own medical supplies here on Groundbreaker. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandages and antibiotics, as well as more critical resources like adequately trained staff. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only use their branded drugs, and that's simply not tenable.
Alright, I'd like to see
If
Jesse
only my
Doyle.
other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in.
Okay, I can't see her. Oh, what was she
I'm afraid
admitted
patient
for?
matters are confidential. Take care.
Alright. I'll have to sneak in there then. I
Can't
believe
say
this
I've
lady
seen
gives
you
me a side
before.
quest.
I take it you're a freighter, Captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service.
What's going on?
I'm expecting our delivery fellow to stop through with medical supplies and service auto mechanicals. Name's Captain Irion. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits.
I can try to find him for you.
I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
Okay. I'm gonna save because the shroud thing is kind of wonky. Yeah, if you sprint, it degrades faster.
You ever wonder if maybe folks keep doors closed for a reason?
To the last rats is on rotten time. Leave me in peace. You hull-headed quacks do know
I might have forgot the holographic shroud.
not being disturbed, don't you?
I think I didn't grab it. Ellie sent me.
Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone.
Open the door before I kick it down.
Bruiser after me. Damned if I don't rue the day I saved her scrawny little hide. Inadvertently, I befriended a bloodhound in the process. Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low.
I do work for the board, actually.
Oh, laws. Wait, don't gut me and skin me yet. Please, talk to Bedford. Tell him I can pay, a part of it, and I'm a useful person to know. Just ask Ellie. Surely you wouldn't drag me before him. I'm dreadful contagious. I just know if I face him, I'm dead.
What did you get in trouble for?
What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear.
You think the board had someone follow you and now you're hiding out?
Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. Alright, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the Blood-Tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years.
So you stole it.
You think I'd be hiding out in the med bay? I was gonna steal it, lined up Udom as my buyer. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit I'd spent.
Ellie asked me to help you, so that's what I plan to do.
Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me.
I'll talk to Udom for you.
Me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and boost my speech up to 50. Okay, perk. We'll go with 5 base armor rating.
Don't mess with us.
Yeah, I know I got a lot of Groundbreaker reputation decreased right now, but I'm going to get it back up in just a second. Let me check. How do you check reputation? Ah, here it is. Okay, so right now they're neutral still. Yeah, if I would have had the Shrouded, they wouldn't open a fire on that Mardit. I can't believe I forgot to grab that.
Hey there, you mind stepping back? This charming little ship's been impounded and I'm afraid I can't let you near it till it's not.
Surely this is all a
Well,
big
shoot,
misunderstanding.
that's a relief. Shouldn't take you more than a moment to get it all properly understood then, right?
At least she's polite about it.
Nice is 90% of the job.
What do you mean impounded?
We got orders to hold your ship is all.
Okay. Can you help me get this cleared up?
But that's just not my bailiwick. You'll want to have words with our representative here.
Oh, so I gotta talk to Odom? Alright. Alright.
Ringo's Purpleberry Fudge. A salt sour
Go back to Byzantium.
I'm just gonna hang in the back and...
Oh, hello. Oh, this is quite unexpected. I didn't have any visitors on my schedule today. Who might you be?
Captain of the Unreliable.
No, that can't be right. Alex Hawthorne is the captain of that vessel. On top of that, I just impounded it. Oh. Oh dear. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
Alex is dead. I'm gonna wring your scrawny neck, you sprat. That's funny as hell.
Oh, no.
Alex is dead.
This is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped?
I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have.
Yeah, the dialogue in this game is really funny. What was your relationship with him?
My dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he?
Yeah, he sure did.
That's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die?
He was eaten alive by feral canids.
How dreadful. That was always Alex's greatest fear, you know. Devoured by those fiends. Becoming one with their droppings.
Becoming one with their droppings. Again, I'm very sorry. Can we get back to the topic at hand?
Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all?
Alex never mentioned Phineas Wells.
That's... Well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with?
I'm here about Jessie Doyle. I
Miss
want her
Doyle
debt
has
settled.
a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases.
She's worth more alive than dead. Put her name under an indenture
Not
contract.
unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but I don't know, Captain. It just doesn't seem right.
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt, and the board has every right to do whatever they like to recoup that debt. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree to the terms you negotiate?
She signed in sick bay to avoid assassins. I'm sure she'll
You
prefer
won't be
work.
surprised. But we'll proceed on the assumption she'll be reasonable. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first assignment. Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work?
Nope. Alright, I need to grab that shroud before I go back over there. At least my ship's not impounded anymore. Alex is ready to go on my ship now. I mean Felix, whatever his name is.
Hey, you got a second? Fancy running into you.
Yeah, what's
again.
up?
Don't mind me. It's just admiring your ship from up close. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me.
You're pretty eager to throw in with somebody you barely know.
Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired.
I've heard enough. You're hired.
You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not gonna regret this.
I'll see you in the ship,
gather my
Felix.
personals and meet you on board. This is gonna be great.
Really? We're picking up strays now?
Look at that. A real vicar. I'm sure we'll get along like a church on fire.
That was funny. Let's see. Yeah, I totally forgot it was right there. Store some of these machine guns. Oh, I really just put them all back in there. Whoops.
I so enjoy watching you sleep for hours on end, Captain. It's quite entertaining the way you drool and whimper.
You should have asked that, Sprat. You Udom if he could read in French. Yeah, you're right. I probably should have asked him that. Hope you're doing okay, Knock.
Hey, be careful with those crates, huh?
Wait, why do I still have this crappy weapon equipped? I don't even need that. quest real quick.
Wish I could say it was good to see.
The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. I guess that means I owe you now, right? Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a better than average sawbones. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off.
Are you saying you'll work for me just because I helped Jesse?
If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway. And you settled this in a pretty tidy fashion, which tells me you're competent. But we can say I'm repaying the favor if you prefer that version.
Alright, welcome aboard.
You won't be sorry. Though it looks like you've got a full roster already. Time to play favorites, Captain.
I like her attitude. Meet me on my ship stocked by the
Traveling in
promenade.
style, are we? I'll be sure to nab a cabin with a view.
Welcome to the crew, Miss Ellie. We're real happy to have you.
Alright, 50 speech. I don't need to raise that anymore right now. Okay, empty man.
Rizzo's Purpleberry Bud. Salt forward candy swamp around a sweet purpleberry flavored center. Suck it. Chew it. You can do it.
Pretty sure that's the room I was looking for. Yeah, you need to get in there. Alright, hold on, I'm gonna try something. Well, that sucks. I can't get in there. Yeah, because that's the room I need to get into. Oh, that really sucks.
It's just me. It hasn't been better than usual around here.
Alright, well let me go take her to Junlei then.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information needed.
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed
Supposed to
on
be a book I can steal.
sub-level.
I could spend all day in here and not have looked at half the best stuff. It's all pretty worn though.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
Captain of the Unreliable, recently unshackled from Groundbreaker's impound. Professor Dork, nice to meet you. Place you got
No,
your
it isn't.
chief.
It's a mess, but it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
I'll do whatever I can to help you keep the
Good.
peace.
Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through.
Now that my ship's out of impound, I can safely say I'm headed for
Interesting.
Monarch.
The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
Provided you wanted to talk to Junley, go ahead.
I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Don't need to be so formal, Parvati.
Force of habit, I guess. Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Alright, Parvati, don't be shy about request time off if you need to compare notes
Right.
with in person.
In person. Sure thing, Captain. Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry.
Thanks, Junlei. I had some other questions for you. Nice
You've
job.
done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
Seems kind of morbid here. What's going on?
Radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
Why haven't you fixed them
Only
yet?
the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
Is there no room for compromise?
Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone aboard, will be cooked alive.
You need a contractor to work this out. I'm available for a reasonable rate.
Huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
Got it. I'll take care of that
Hold on.
right now.
There's something you should know before you go charging off. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
I'll get those parts for you.
Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
Okay.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king.
Okay, can I talk to you?
Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Huh. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames.
It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out,
But only room for one captain.
Put that down before you incinerate the entire
I
deck.
know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking. I like the sound of your voice.
I'm here for some parts Junlei sent me.
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even know we were here.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back with the crew.
So can I grab that part then?
Ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court. You bring tribute, sacrifices, prophecy, shit like that.
Those parts are leaking deadly toxins. I'll just come back here after you're dead.
This ship is all poison and darkness. Lead bones, asbestos muscle. Maybe you're right. You've got the run of the kingdom. Up those stairs, you'll find the parts. My crew won't get in your way.
There's something
Lay it on
else.
me, boss. I'm good for it.
There's a bounty on in your head. I want
Listen
to claim
the
that
fire of those
reward.
convictions. This one's hungry for justice. Alive or dead? Rare or medium? What's it gonna be? How do you want me cooked, bounty hunter?
No need for violence. Give me your lighter and the bounty disappears.
Shit. Little flick here got me started on the pyro path. Fine. He's yours. Give him a good home.
Don't worry, Mr. McRed. We'll treat Mr. Flick extra nice on account of he's your friend.
You call your lighter Little Flick?
I'll miss my baby pyro, but it beats losing my head. This court needs its king, and I'm one of a kind.
Oh, I could have got that dialogue. All right, be seeing you.
Come and go in my little kingdom. Just try not to piss off any of the gestures.
Okay. Supposed to be a little area with a robot decoration.
Turn their noses up at this place. We'll cut them off.
You just gotta find it.
Does everyone get branded when they join McRed's crew? We got another complaint. People don't like worms or shrooms.
Aw, they're just chilling in the soil. Besides, they're my friends.
Find a new friend. This worm fixation is screwing with my mind.
Trying to remember where it's at.
McRed gave me a taste of the good stuff. I've been
Careful with that shit. You'll end up as crazy as he is.
Yep, there it is.
What do you think you're doing? Go on before
I was just leaving.
It's so cozy.
Understood. I'll keep my head down.
Oh, where's those components at?
Oh yeah? Fuck your birthday.
Okay, there it is.
Fantastic, we've got them. Now we can move on to cleaner pastures.
McRed wants it up and running.
I'm trying to think of a good name before I wake it up.
Alright, I'm gonna turn in this bounty and I'm gonna get some rest because it's almost midnight and I'm tired.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertising.
advertisement for the
Let me give her the parts first.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed.
The parts for the radiators, what now?
I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation.
I'll make my way down
Don't worry,
there.
Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
CNP Borsworth. It's not the worst unless it's worse.
Okay.
Rizzo's Knock You Out Bar.
How goes the hunt? I've been ruminating on it, and I decided, if you ain't killed McRed yet, I want you to hurt him a little before you do. Nothing excessive, mind you, but the scoundrel deserves a light beating at least before he kicks off.
He is completely dead. Here's his lighter
Here's
as
the bounty
proof.
payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, we can hire more sharp-eyed bounty hunters like you in the future.
All right. You know what? I can do this last quest for Junlei real quick. It is really quick and easy. Should only take me a few minutes. Okay, Groundbreaker is now agreeable.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt where the hell have you been by
The controls are in the back of the machinery shaft.
Trouble incoming, Captain.
Song tells me the security mechanicals booted up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. Diagnostic says their circuit boards are fused to the heat, so they're not picking up the radio message. Think fast if you can. Shoot back if you need to. I can always fix them later.
Okay. So that's locked.
Don't mess with us!
Okay.
Incoming!
Adjacent continent.
I have the parts.
Okay, flaw. Robophobia.
Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there.
That wasn't too bad. This should put me at level 10.
This is Halcyon News.
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
Alright. Be on our way. Okay. Companions gain plus 20% armor rating. They do 56.9% companion damage. Alright, everyone, I'm going to call it a night and get some rest. Good night, everybody. Professor Dork out.